You're out of my life, I'm so much better. Thought that I'd be weak without you, but I'm stronger. Thought that I'd be broke without you, but I'm richer. Thought that I'd be sad without you, I laugh hard. I'm a survivor, I'm not gonna give up, I'm not gonna stop, I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor, I'm gonna make it, I will survive, keep on surviving. I'm a survivor, I'm a survivor, I'm a survivor, I'm gonna make it, I will survive, keep on surviving. Thought I couldn't breathe without you, I'm in heaven. Thought I couldn't see without you, perfect vision. Thought I couldn't last without you, but I'm lasting. Thought that I would die without you, but I'm living. Thought that I would fail without you, but I'm on time. Should be over now, but it won't stop. Thought that I would self-destruct, but I'm still here. Even in my years to come, I'm gonna be here. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up, I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it, I will survive. Keep on surviving. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it, I will survive. Keep on surviving. Wishing you the best. Pray that you are blessed. Much success, no stress, and lots of happiness. Not gonna blast you on the radio. Not gonna lie to your family, no. Not gonna hate you in the magazines. Not gonna compromise. Not gonna diss you on the internet. No mama taught me better than that. I'm better than that. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I will survive. Keep on surviving. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work hard. I will survive. Keep on surviving. I'm a survivor. After all of the darkness and sadness, sun comes happiness. If I'm surrounded by positive things, I'll gain prosperity. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. Some things never seem to change, and every day I stay the same. Moonlight swelling through the trees, it never seems to wane. Sometimes I feel like I'm a silhouette, like my imitation leads me towards regret. Sometimes I wish that we had never met. I'm faking every step, stealing all the breath out of my lungs. Got me in the dark, speaking in tongues. Tell me, when did this stop being fun? We're undone and uncomfortably numb. You're stealing all the breath out of my lungs. Got me in the dark, speaking in tongues. Tell me, when did this stop being fun? We're undone and uncomfortably numb.
Disconnected, out of mind, I'm unaffected by the times. Misdirect me on a dime, break me with something slight.
Born in a compromise, raised on white lies.
They say the road to hell is paved with gold.
At 25 I feel content with caution, dodging my halo, dodging my halo, dodging my halo.
You're stealing all the breath out of my lungs. Got me in the dark, speaking in tongues. Tell me, when did this stop being fun? We're undone and uncomfortably numb. You're stealing all the breath out of my lungs. Got me in the dark, speaking in tongues. Tell me, when did this stop being fun? We're undone and uncomfortably numb.
Uncomfortably numb. We're undone and uncomfortably numb. I know she said it's alright, but you can make it up next time. I know she knows it's not right. There ain't no use in lying. Maybe she thinks I know something. Maybe she thinks it's fine. Or maybe she knows something I don't. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of trying. It seems to me that maybe it pretty much always means no. So don't tell me, you might just let it go. And oftentimes we're lazy. It seems to stand in my way. 'Cause no one, no, not no one likes to be let down. I know she loves the sunrise, no longer sees it with her sleeping eyes. And I know that when she said she's gonna try, well, it might not work because of other ties. And I know she usually has some other ties, and I wouldn't wanna break them. I wouldn't wanna break them. Maybe she'll help me to untie this, but until then, well, I'm gonna have to lie to her. It seems to me that maybe it pretty much always means no. So don't tell me, you might just let it go. And oftentimes we're lazy. It seems to stand in my way. 'Cause no one, no, not no one likes to be let down. It seems to me that maybe it pretty much always means no. So don't tell me, you might just let it go.
Welcome to another American River College athletics broadcast. Coming to you live from beautiful campus of American River College in Sacramento, California. Today's game is sponsored by United Rentals, Ace Body and Towing, the Lincoln Potters Baseball Club, Grateful Bread, Super Taco, and Taylor Builders. To get you ready for today's matchup, let's send it up to the booth.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. It is time for baseball on the campus of American River College in lovely Sacramento, California. Beaver Field here, Mark the Phantom Low, along with Riley the Engineer. We've got baseball between the American River College Beavers and the Diablo Valley College Vikings. The Beavers at 1-5 on the season, coming off their last win in conference against Sierra. That was a week ago. Now the Vikings just dropped a series to Sierra, but before that, they were swept by the Wolverines. Before that, they took 2 out of 3 from Delta College, so they're coming off a strong series in that one. The Vikings at 10-14 on the season, 3-6 in conference play. Beavers at 9-13, 1-5 in college play or conference play. And again, Mark the Phantom Low along with Riley the Engineer. We've got J-Dog, we've got Matt Pearson, we've got the big the Vikings representative, Mr. Joel Shapiro, is down there to our right. Also Mario and the guy whose name I never know, but his dad said I had the wrong song. And by the way, J-Dog, today They played Metallica. We knew it was Metallica. We had the wrong Metallica song, so we are all screwed up. We need a music director or something in here because we are just not really in tune with what the kids are listening to today. Back when I was in high school, surprisingly, we just played the song that we listened to when I was in high school, which is Francis Scott Key and the Star Spangled Banner. So we are just about to get ready with this one. Ethan Palumbo on the mound for the Beavers. Let's take a look, if we can, Riley, at the Vikings batting lineup to start us off. Zach Ragland in center field. Angus Elias to the left fielder, then Joey Ruska at first base. Goldenberg, McLennan, Foley, Solaris, Scott, and Meadows rounds it out. The pitcher today for the Vikings, Anthony Pisciotto, and the Beavers will go with Ethan Palumbo, 1-6 on the season, 32 2/3 innings pitched, 22 strikeouts, 7 base on balls, ERA 8.26, and he will be facing Ragland, Elias, and Ruska here in the first inning. Getting ready to go here with the warm-up tosses. A damn pleasant day out here. A little bit chilly, but a nice, no clouds in the sky. And that's nice after yesterday's weather. Don't know where you are, but we experienced a little bit of precipitation out in Placer County where we were hanging out. A little bit of precipitation. And it would rain really hard, and then it would stop. And then we'd just get really, really comfortable, and then it would start again. And it would just, as Riley is too bad you don't have a camera on Riley. He is just really showing the rain coming down and really hard. Well done, Riley. Absolutely fantastic. Zach Ragland steps up. We're ready for some baseball. Zach, a sophomore out of California High School in San Ramon, pops the first pitch up to the right side. Sabatke lands in foul territory, will make the catch for the out. So Ragland, who came in at .322 with a home run and 13 runs batted in, pops out on the first pitch. Angus Elias will be the hitter. A .200 hitter with no home runs and 2 runs batted in. He is from Encinal High School in Alameda. Defensively, the Beavers have Eli Campbell behind the plate, Lance Sabatke at first, Bryce Sabatke over at third, Ramon Esparza at short, Jaden Reynolds at second. Outfield is Pope, Westbrook, and Diaz. And here's Palumbo's next offering, a little bit high on the fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. Fans are starting to file in a little bit. They had to wait till that stirring rendition of the national anthem. And they are coming on in to check it out. We already have 1 out here. Palumbo delivers a strike, 1-1. Breeze blowing a little bit from left to right here at Beaver Field. 390 to straightaway center, 370 to the alleys. That one is down low and inside. 340 down the lines. Not a lot of home runs from the Vikings, just 3 in the starting lineup on the season. Palumbo hits that one's popped out over our heads. 2 balls and 2 strikes. First of a 3-game series between these two teams. The second one will be, let's take a look. The second one will be on Thursday. That'll be down at Diablo Valley down in Pleasant Hill. And then we're back here on Friday at 2 p.m. for the concluding game of the series. That's fouled right back to the screen. And the woman in front of us got crazy because she thought there was no screen and she was going to have to make a play, which she wouldn't have been able to do because she threw her hands up and not out toward the ball. Riley is I think Riley wants to get a foul ball these days. He's really feeling his oats. He thinks he's Matt Pearson, I think, is the problem. 2-2 pitch is popped up. That's going to be playable. Call it shortstop by Esparza on the infield grass, and he will make the catch. So a couple of pop-ups from Palumbo. 2 outs, and Joey Ruska will be the hitter. Joey with a home run on the season and 14 runs batted in. And he hits a .320 clip out of Los Lomos High School down in Walnut Creek. Wearing number 28. The Vikings with the black jerseys, gray pants, and greenish numbers. He pops it out of play. 0-1. Just getting started here. 2 outs, top of the first. Palumbo looking for his second win of the season. Ruska takes in there for a strike, 0-2. Eli Campbell behind the plate for the Beavers today. Out of Rancho Cordova. We thank everybody who's checking in on the ARC YouTube and on the Stones Broadcast Networks. Outside a waste pitch from Palumbo. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Riley, I have to tell you something about, I know your favorite is the 2-2, the Nixon, but that's popped out of play. there is another explanation for the 2-2. I just saw it watching TV last night, so I'll bring that up. When the occasion arises. I got lots of stuff going on today. Pearson wants to come on and talk about somebody catching 3 foul balls, and J-Dog wants to talk about her daughter listening to the broadcast. We got lots of stuff going on today. Mario down there, he just always wants to just come on. Joel Shapiro, whose nickname is Shaffy, I don't know why. He didn't say he wanted to come on. I just wanted to say that. I just like to call him Joel. He's a good guy. I like him. That's a little blooper out over third base. That is a foul ball. Perfectly placed, except for the fact that it was a foul ball, so Joey's going to have to come back and try it again. Zach Goldenberg, who's the DH for the Vikings, is on deck. He also with the home run on the season. Lorenzo Solares, who bats in the 7th spot, has the other home run on the year. So 4 home runs in the starting lineup. Ragland, Ruska, Goldenberg, and Solares. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. Good inning for Palumbo. 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the first. Vikings nothing. Beavers coming back.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We love to see you.
Pass flung on and missed. He got him on strikes at 86, the off-speeder. Bruno strikes out the side. Potters get the win 8-5. He's going to look that way. Now he's going to duck down the middle. He's got a guy wide open at the 18 kid. That's Robert Freeman. And Robert's trying to make a couple of moves. He comes back to the 15, comes down to the 10. He gets a block to the 5. Got dragged there, and I didn't. He's an actor. Oh crap! Who cares?
You got the rest of your life to be,
Bottom of inning number 1 from Beaver Field. Mark the Phantom Low, along with Riley, the engineer extraordinaire, and that same person will put up the batting order right now for the American River College Beavers. That's Westbrook, Sabaki, and Reynolds, the first 3. Jackson Nichols back in the lineup, hitting 4th. Pope, Sabaki, and Diaz, Esparza, and Eli Campbell batting in the number 9 spot, and that means that Dylan Westbrook will come up to the plate right now with a .373 average. Anthony Pisciotto is the pitcher. The right-hander, 2-4 on the year with a very respectable 4.04 ERA. He's thrown 42 and a third innings. He comes out of Clayton Valley Charter down in the Bay Area, and he delivers that one a little bit too low for the umpire's liking, so that'll go to 2 balls and no strikes on Dylan Westbrook out of Oak Ridge High School, playing out in center field for the Beavers. Takes that one down the middle for a strike, 2-1. Dylan also seen some time on the mound for the Beavers, but his normal place is out in center field. Takes that one outside, 3-1. Pisciotto is just a freshman, 5'11", 190. Making his 9th start of the season. Hit sharply down to first, handled easily there by Ruska, the first baseman, and he will step on the bag for the first out. Second base, Meadows, Scott at short, Solaris at third for the Vikings. Behind the plate is James Foley. Elias, Ragland, and McLennan in the outfield, and Pisciotto on the mound. And here is Bryce Sabatke at 298, the freshman, playing at third base today. Takes the fastball, and he takes it for a strike, 0-1. Jaden Reynolds to follow, the second baseman, the sophomore. Bryce just a freshman out of River City High. It's a chopper out towards shortstop, moving over nicely as Scott over to first. He'll get him by a step. Good range by Elijah Scott at shortstop for the Vikings. 2 outs quickly here in the bottom of the first, and Jaden Reynolds will be the hitter. The second baseman hitting at .280 with a home run and 19 runs batted in for ARC and Coach Doug Jumelet. Dennis Luquette is the head man over at Diablo Valley. He's assisted by Bill Piona, Joey Baronis, and Tony Dress. Breaking ball, nice looking pitch in there for a strike. Todd Conroy, Chris Garcia, Marcus Garcia, and Michael Wilson assisting Coach Jumelet in the home dugout on the third base side. 0-1 on Jaden. Fouls that one off so quickly in an 0-2 hole against Pisiato. Jackson Nichols, the DH, in the on-deck circle. Actually going to get that foul ball, but he will be returning to the on-deck circle. Sails the fastball high and outside. 1-2 on Jaden. Nichols and then Ryland Pope. Pope hitting at .357 as we go on our 7th conference game. That's a reach out and a foul ball back to the screen. 7th for the Beavers. They are 1-5. Picking up that win over Sierra College. We could go Friday. Takes him off a big chopper out to the pitcher, and it loses it in the sun, and Reynolds is going to have a sun-aided ground ball base hit, which you don't see that often. But Jaden will take it. Looks good on the stat sheet with 2 outs, and Reynolds at first. That'll bring up Jackson Nichols, the DH out of Valley Christian High. The freshman's hitting .294 with 3 home runs and 17 runs batted in. Missed some games there a while back, and he is back in the lineup now. Right-handed hitter with Reynolds at first base. Breaking ball is in there for a strike. 0-1. And I have to turn my attention down to first base. I think that's a different way of holding the runner at first base a little bit. Usually they'll straddle the bag on the foul side, but first base Maresca is on the field. The throw is over there. And J-Dog, to her credit, says, I don't know. Breaking ball inside. What did you just show me? That's what I'm looking at. Okay. He's looking at Phillies. 1-1. It's just a little bit different way of covering first base is all I'm saying. Nichols takes it. Misses outside, 2-1. I'm sure there's been a lot of statistics and analytics gone into it. Ruska is standing inside the foul line at first base. Not really anchoring with the base at all. There's the 2-1 pitch, and it goes all the way back to the screen, and there goes Reynolds to second base on the wild pitch. Count goes to 3-1 now on Jackson Nichols. With Ryland Pope, as mentioned before. The aforementioned Ryland Pope waits on deck. Nichols with 17 runs batted in on the season. The 3-1 pitch is ball 4. So a sun-aided ground ball single and a walk to Nichols. And with 2 out, 2 on, it's Ryland Pope. Left fielder out of McClatchy High. No home runs, 8 runs batted in, and a .357 batting average. Pope takes inside for a ball, 1-0. James Foley behind the plate, holding the ball there for just an extra added second, which usually indicates he thought it was a pretty good pitch. 1-0. Pope takes outside. Two and 0 on Ryland. He's followed by Lance Sabaki over at first base today. Pope takes it right down the middle. Two and 1 on Ryland. Just getting started here from Beaver Field. Bottom of inning number 1. Beavers with a couple of base runners. That's on the outside corner. Ryland thought about it, laid off, and it's 2 and 2. Like I said, Riley, I know that you think 2 and 2 is a Nixon, but I was just watching the show. The great Ringo Starr also uses 2 and 2 when he goes his Peace and Love. That's his Peace and Love signature. So you can go either way. You can Nixon it or you can Ringo Starr it. Breaking ball's bounced up the middle. Scott, nice play at shortstop over to first. And it gets away at first base, and here comes the run in from third. Took care of the play. Ruska down, tried to scoop it out. It looked like a pretty decent throw from Scott. The error will be charged. I'll see which player gets the error, but Reynolds never stops, so he'll score the first run. It'll be an unearned run. And Pope is on at first base. Lance Sabatke, the hitter, as the Beavers now scored one and have runners at first and third. Error is going to be given to the first baseman on that one. Sabatke, 258. Lance has a home run. He's driven in 10 runs. Takes that one for a ball, 1-0. So Pope bounced it up the middle. It looked like it might be getting into center field, but Scott, great range at short. His throw was a little bit low. It didn't look like it was in the dirt, though, at first base. And it just barely got past the first baseman. Reynolds never stopped. There's a good-looking pitch right there. 1 ball and 1 strike on Lance Sabatke. Jonas Diaz on deck, and the Beavers getting a break here. They had a sun-aided ground ball base hit and had a walk and an error. And they're on the board 1-0. Off-speed pitches are right in there for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The great Pete DeFore is in the press box. I don't know what he's doing, but he's in the press box. That's fouled back to the screen. He's assessing. He says he's assessing umpires, but I think he's assessing all of us. I think he's figuring out what we're all doing. He just has that air about him that is just like looking down, checking it out. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball is swung on and missed. So the Beavers score 1 in the bottom of the first. We go to the second. They're on top 1-0.
Hi, I'm Jessica.
And I'm Miller.
And we'd like to invite you to come see all that Miller's Ace Hardware has to offer and to give our happy and helpful staff a chance to earn your business.
Whatever project you're working on, from lawn and garden to home repairs, you'll find everything you need at the new Miller's Ace Hardware. Power tools from the best name brands, and one of the largest selections of barbecues and barbecue accessories featuring brands like Traeger, Weber, and Big Green Egg. And if you're looking to freshen things up, visit the paint studio featuring Clark and Kensington, Benjamin Moore, and Magnolia Home by Joanna Gaines. Miller's Ace Hardware, where customer and community service meet. Located on the corner of Madison and Fair Oaks, behind the Ferrari building.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us to schedule your service today.
Hi, I'm Monica from Ace Body Shop in Towing. We are a family-oriented business. We've been in business for over 30 years. We are located downtown Lincoln at 333 Lincoln Boulevard in Lincoln, California. We do automotive repair and 24-hour towing. Our phone number is 916-645-2859, or you can find us on the web.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can
Top of inning number 2. Mark the Phantom Low with you, along with Riley the Engineer, and we've got a 1-0 Beavers lead as we go to the top of inning number 2. Zach Goldenberg, Marcus McLennan, James Foley, the first 3 hitters for the Vikings against Palumbo. There's a sharp grounder out towards shortstop, scooped up by Esparza across the dime into first base for the out. Goldenberg came in at 256 and hit the ball hard, but he hit it right at Ramon Esparza at shortstop. So 1 out here in the second, and Marcus McLennan, the right fielder, will be the hitter. Marcus at 224. Out of College Park High School in Pleasant Hill. The sophomore takes a strike, 0-1. Palumbo from Antelope High School here in the area. Sometimes they say it's from Antelope, California. I don't know that there's really an Antelope, California. Fouled out of play. But it's 0-2 nonetheless. He is followed by catcher James Foley in the Vikings lineup. Palumbo out ahead 0-2. Sharply hit that one to the left of Esparza. He scoops it up across the diamond and gets him at first base. Another sharply hit ball. Another good play by Ramon Esparza at shortstop. 2 outs quickly, top of inning number 2, and James Foley will be the hitter. He is the catcher today, and he is, unfortunately, according to my roster, he doesn't have a high school or a hometown, which I think means they just don't know it. I don't think it means he came from nowhere. But James is up here with a 226 batting average. That is a high fastball. 1 ball and no strikes to Foley, who is a sophomore from wherever he's not from. Lorenzo Solaris is the next hitter. Wide on that one. So 2-0 on Foley. Sharp grinder out towards second. Big hop for Jaden Reynolds. Good inning for Palumbo. 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. Beavers on top by 1.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed a job. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Placer County's best-kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadiums. Loaded with fun for the whole family. Local beer, wine, and eats. Fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small-town baseball with Major League Entertainment. Tickets on sale now at LincolnPotters.com.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
Pass flung on and missed. He got him on strikes at 86, the off-speeder. Bruno strikes out the side. Potters get the win 8-5. He's going to look that way. Now he's going to duck down the middle. He's got a guy wide open at the 18. Get it. That's Robert Freeman. And Robert's trying to make a couple of moves. He comes back to the 15. Comes down to the 10. He gets a block to the 5. Bottom of inning number 2 from Beaver Field. Jonas Diaz, Ramon Esparza, Eli Campbell, the bottom 3 in the order against Anthony Pisiato, who gave up an unearned run in the bottom of the first inning, and he gets the swing and miss by Diaz. Jonas at 260 on the season with a home run and 7 runs batted in, the sophomore out of Folsom High School. That is outside for a ball. Riley, you're playing the Potters highlight during that break, and I just listened last night to the comeback they had against Healdsburg. Remember in the PCL playoffs, they're down 7 runs with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth and 2 runners on, and came out and won the game on a 3-run walk-off home run, 13-12. That was pretty exciting. I think you even got excited at that game, and you rarely get excited about anything. So it was really cool. Check it out on LincolnPottersBaseball.com. That one is dribbled down the third base line, scooped up fair. The throw to first is not going to be in time, and it's an infield single for Jonas Diaz. Solares came in and did the best he could, but really nothing he could do as Diaz was down the line on that one. He's playing deep at third base. So it's another infield hit for the Beavers. They have 2 of those now, and here's Ramon Esparza. Yeah, Lincoln Potters Baseball YouTube or Stones Broadcast Network YouTube, and look up the, I think it was like, I'm going to say early August or late July. I don't know exactly the date, but it's a tremendous comeback. First game of the PCL series. The Beavers were down 12-5, 2 runners on, 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. Ended up winning the game. 3 hits, a walk, another hit, and a 3-run homer, I think is how it worked. And here's Esparza, 146 for Ramon as he steps in here as the number 8 hitter in the lineup. Already had a couple of chances out at shortstop, which he's handled quite well. Let's see if he is sacrificing in this situation. He is not. He's hitting a ground ball right in the hole to right field for a base hit. Diaz is running for second. He's going to take off for third. The throw from McLennan is cut off, and the Beavers have runners at first and third. Almost a hit-and-run situation. The second baseman, Meadows, was playing very close to second base, and so that ball, which is hit about where he would usually be playing, I would imagine, found nothing but wide open spaces, and Diaz, Jonas says, I'm not stopping, and he went to third. The throw cut off, and that brings up Eli Campbell with nobody out, and finally a base hit for the Beavers that leaves the infield. And Campbell, and then the top of the order, and Dylan Westbrook. Campbell takes a breaking ball and is in there for a strike. Nicely done by Viciano. The right-hander is ahead 0-1 to Eli Campbell, hitting 143 on the year. He is behind the plate for the Beavers today, batting in the number 9 spot. Diaz at third. Esparza at first. Outside, nice block, beautifully done by Foley. Lost the glove but kept the ball. Would not have allowed, I don't think, Diaz to score from third, but definitely would have let Esparza to go down to second base. And so good play by the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike now on Eli Campbell. Another breaking ball. That one is inside, so it's 2-1. Campbell with no home runs and one. He had 21 at bats. It's a ground ball out toward shortstop. Scott can't get to it. It's into center field, an RBI single for Eli Campbell. So he doubles the RBI total for the season, knocks in the second run for the Beavers, moves Esparza to second, and still nobody out. Runners at first and second now. Beavers leading at 2-0, and here is Dylan Westbrook, who grounded out to first base his first time up. Left-handed hitter means that Ruska is playing up close at first base, even with the bag of Solares at third, as Westbrook waits for the pitch from Pisciano. Inside fastball makes it 1-0. Bryce Sabatke on deck. So a Diaz infield single, and then Esparza and Campbell put it through to right and center respectively, and we are 2-0 Beavers. Westbrook takes a fastball, and it's outside, so he's quickly heading the count 2-0. Dylan, it's 373 coming in with 3 home runs and 28 runs batted in. And he's looking for something to hit here on the 2-0 pitch. He gets it and lifts it out toward left field. Coming on is Elias. He's still coming in, and he makes the catch. And the wind knocked that one down, so it did not get too deep into left field. And the left fielder comes in and makes the play. So a big out right there for the Vikings. 1 out, still 2 on. That runner at first and second. And Bryce Sabatke, who grounded to shortstop his first time up, will be the hitter. Bryce, 298 with 16 RBI. 0-1 so far today. Breaking ball, good pitch. 0-1. Jaden Reynolds to follow. He had the rare sun-aided ground ball base hit back in inning number 1. Outside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fans still kind of filing in here for this one. Again, under sunny skies, but a little bit chilly. Out here with the breeze, it's kind of died a little bit. It was going from left to right field. Chopper at the plate right off of Sabaki, so he'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes. It hit. The umpire calls it a fair ball. It hit. Now we're going to get the base umpire, I think, is going to call. No, I saw it hit him. He will overrule. The way the ball moved, due to my buddy Isaac Newton's law of physics, it couldn't have gone the way it went without some sort of contact with some earthly body. And that's exactly what the base umpire, that's how he explained it, I think. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sabaki was a little flummoxed there when the umpire signaled fair ball. He chops that one down the third base line, and it is foul. Thought we were going to get another swing and bunt base hit, but a foul ball, and Sabaki will have to return and try it again, 1-2 against Piciato. He's going to take his time coming back. Trying to dare Riley to play another commercial during the time he walks back. If it was like regular TV, they would have taken advantage of that 5 second. They would have put some sort of announcement in there. But not us. We have integrity. Plus, we don't have as many sponsors. But the integrity part's more important. Swing and a miss. Beautiful breaking ball from Piciato. He's thrown a couple of times and got good results with it. So he had 2 on and nobody out, and now it's 2 on and 2 out. And here is Jaden Reynolds, who hit a ground ball into the sun. Not literally, but it was the sun was in the eyes of the pitcher who was going to have to make the play. So Jaden got himself a single back in the first, ended up scoring on an infield error for the Vikings. And so Jaden 1 for 1 in this one. Has a home run, has 19 runs batted in. Beavers scored once this inning, looking for a couple of more if they can. Reynolds takes low, another good block by Foley behind the plate. 1-0. Campbell single scored Diaz with nobody out, and then Westbrook with the flyout and Sabaki with the strikeout. Bryce Sabaki, that is. And it is 1-0 on Jaden Reynolds. Takes a high fastball, 2-0. Sophomore out of Bella Vista, hitting at 280 coming in. 2-0. We're in the bottom of inning number 2 here from Beaver Field. Inside corner, call it a strike. So the umpire did. It's 2-1. Jackson Nichols on deck in case Jaden can keep the inning going for the Beavers. I'd like to probably try to do that, I think. Probably. There's a sharp grounder out to shortstop. Scott's got it, though, and he'll step on the bag for the 4. So the Beavers score another time. We go to the top of inning number 3. Beavers on top 2-0. Got dragged there, and I didn't. He's an actor. Oh crap! Who cares?
You got the rest of your life to be, serious. But
just tweet it out and then don't really
run away.
I think it happens to some of us. Maybe it sounds a little personal to you, but
I'm not. I didn't want me.
Yeah,
to
I don't
sound
know.
That
It just
way.
maybe sounds like that.
Generally,
fine.
Again, you're a very bright guy.
Yeah.
You see right into
Right
my
through
soul,
you.
my friend. That's why I have so many jobs, because people think I'm funny when they're driving home.
Hi, I'm Jessica.
And I'm Miller.
And we'd like to invite you to come see all that Miller's Ace Hardware has to offer and to give our happy and helpful staff a chance to earn your business.
Whatever project you're working on, from lawn and garden to home repairs, you'll find everything you need at the new Miller's Ace Hardware. Power tools from the best name brands, and one of the largest selections of barbecues and barbecue accessories featuring brands like Traeger, Weber, and Big Green Egg. And if you're looking to freshen things up, visit the paint studio featuring Clark and Kensington, Benjamin.
Top of inning number 3 from Beaver Field. It is 2-0 Beavers, and the Vikings will send up 7, 8, and 9 in their lineup. Lorenzo Solaris, Elijah Scott, and Nicholas Meadows against Ethan Palumbo, who has got 6 up and 6 down, aided by some good defense in the infield. Palumbo's first pitch is down low to Solaris, who's hitting .262, a home run, and 8 runs batted in for Lorenzo, the third baseman for the Vikings. Swings and misses at that one. Out of De La Salle High School in Concord, just a freshman. Pops it up right side, foul territory. Sabaki comes over and makes his second catch of a pop fly already in this one. 1 out, and Elijah Scott, the shortstop, will come up to the plate. Out of Concord High, the sophomore. A lot of range out there at shortstop. He showed us that already through just 2 innings of play. He's hitting .284 with 6 runs batted in. 5'5", so not a big strike zone. But he takes that one inside for a ball. Nicholas Meadows, the number 9 hitter on deck, the second baseman. Scott takes high and outside, 2-0. First of 3 between the Beavers and the Vikings. Game 2 will be Thursday. That one's down the middle for a strike. Then Friday we're back here at 2 p.m. first pitch for the concluding game of the series. J-Dog says she will be here. Inside 3-1, although this is Easter break or whatever they call it, so she's like not really, you can tell because she's a lot, looser and stuff. She's not as tense and everything. She doesn't have to rush off to a lab or just come from a lab. Ball 4 high over the head of Scott, so he'll go down to first base. First base runner for the Beavers. It'll bring up Nicholas Meadows. I think Coach Jumley thinks that the ball might have hit the top of the bat or something. And he comes out and he tries to explain it to the umpire in a very reasonable manner, doing that shaking your head thing as you approach the person you're talking to try to get them on your side. Very clever. So he's got him on his side to go talk to the base umpire. So for now, it's Elijah Scott down at first base and Nicholas Meadows getting ready to step into the batter's box, and that's the way it looks like it's going to stay. So Meadows at .219 on the year. Zach Ragland, the top of the order, waits on deck. Scott with the pretty good lead at first. First pitch is down in the dirt for a ball 1-0. So Palumbo got a pop out from Solaris to start the inning. Then he walks Scott on 5 pitches and 1-0 on Nicholas Meadows. That one's right down the middle. Evens it up, 1 ball and 1 strike. That is ball 2. And throw down by Campbell at first base. Not in time to get Scott. Two and one now on Meadows. There goes Scott. And it's chopped down to third base. It is a foul ball. Nice gun by Sabaki across the diamond, but it is to no avail as the ball was called foul, and rightly so by the home plate umpire. Evens the count up at 2-2, so you can do it a Nixon or you can do it a Ringo Starr, like peace and love, man, peace and love. Oh, peace and love, yeah, peace and love. I know that you prefer Nixon, Riley, because you haven't read your history books, but I'm going to go with Ringo if I can. You don't know who Ringo is. Okay. All right, call your dad right now. I need to get out of here. There goes Scott again, the 2-2 pitches. Chubb back to the pitcher, which isn't really a word. He flips it over to first for the out. Moving down to second is Scott. So 2 outs, but a runner in scoring position for the Vikings, and Zach Ragland will come up to the plate. And the base umpire heard me say he chubbed it. When the ball gets chubbed like that, usually it disfigures it, but the umpire checked it out and he said it was okay. So Zach Ragland is the batter, number 6 on the Vikings. A little bit of a concern up here about the numbers. Takes that one for a strike. Zach popped out to first base in foul territory his first time up. He's hitting at .322 with a home run and 13 runs batted in. Coming out of California High School down in San Ramon. Line drive, right center field, base hit. That should score Scott as Diaz picked it up and he'll get into second. So it's an RBI single for Ragland, and the Vikings are on the board. They trail it 2-1. Ragland picks up RBI number 14 as Scott scores easily. First hit of the game for the Vikings, and it cuts the Beavers' lead in half. And here is Angus Oleas, the left fielder, who will be the subject of today's Pearson's Corner, which will come up at the end of this inning. So it's kind of timely that Angus is getting an at-bat here as he popped out to short his first time up. There goes the runner. The pitch is a strike. The throw to second base is in time, and he got him. Great job by Campbell. Got rid of it quickly. Got it down to second. The tag applied by Esparza. And the Vikings score once in the top of inning number 3. And the Beavers go into the bottom of the inning, leading it 2-1. And let's get Matt Pearson in here. As we're going to do, I call it Pearson's Corner. Matt, are you ready? Are you set?
I'm here.
Okay, the reason I had you come in here is not because you made me. It's because you were telling me a story about the batter that's going to be back at the plate for the Vikings when they come up in the top of the 4th, Angus Oleas, the left fielder. He is actually the subject. It's kind of a trivia answer or something.
That's right. So last August, in an Oakland A's game, he caught 3 foul balls in 1 inning. You can look the video up on YouTube. Just look up A's game, 3 foul ball catches first inning.
And that's Angus.
That's Angus Oleas here.
One of them, you showed me the video, one of them was a tremendous catch.
He
so don't hit it over his head because he'll make the play.
He made 2 jumping catches. So very impressive. And I think another one, he's kind of like reaching left or right, so he's kind of like how I joke about catching the balls in softball.
All the time.
But he actually caught him, so very impressive.
Well, you usually
it makes way more sense he's actually a baseball player.
Yeah, you're usually so mean and surly when I come in here today, for the games. And today you were like, let me show you something. So you're all excited about that. How did you find out about it?
That's pretty cool. Well, that is Joel here, our Diablo Valley stats guy. He's here for the visiting team, and he gave me the heads up that that was Angus who made those plays. So I looked at the video on YouTube, and sure enough, yep, that was last year. Those are great plays by Angus.
Fantastic job. Well, we run out of time, Matt. We'll have to have part 2 later on in the game because I think you're doing pretty well this time. You've kind of settled into your role, and I like it. Matt Pearson, that's Pearson's Corner, and part 1 perhaps here today as we go to the bottom of inning number 3, and the Beavers lead it 2-1, and they will send up Jackson Nichols, Ryland Pope, and Lance Sabatke against Anthony Picciotto. First pitch is outside for a ball. Yeah, he was all excited to show me that right when I got here. Angus Oleas got 3 foul balls in 1 game, 1 inning for I guess he'd get it for the A's. We'll call it for the A's in the A's game. Well, 2. Yeah, he did. He was wearing an A's jersey. That's right. And one of those catches was truly fantastic. It was like on a web jam, kind of like a top 10 kind of catch. And I'm sure he did get on SportsCenter or something with this display. 2-0 pitches, a little bit tied, 3-0. So the Vikings score once in the top of inning number 3. Eli Campbell cuts down Ragland at second base trying to steal, and that ended that inning. And we're in the bottom of inning number 3, and it's a 3-0 pitch, and it's outside ball 4. So Jackson Nichols walks for the second time today. He is at first base with nobody out, and Ryland Pope, who grounded And it was cut off by Scott, throw to first, and Ruska at first base couldn't handle the throw. We're going to get a meeting at the mound by the manager. I assume it's manager Dennis Luque, as he will take his time getting out there to the mound and talking over with Pizziato, who has got his second base on balls, both to Nichols. The Beavers have 4 hits, but 2 of them are of the infield variety. So not hitting the ball really sharply against the right-hander, but enough so they can talk it over out here. Is Ryland Pope at 357 coming into this game, and again reached on the air back in inning number 1. No RBI on that since the run scored on the air. So Ryland comes up here, and maybe he'll try to exploit that same area, although Elijah Scott, as we've seen, has a pretty good range. The Beavers have scored once in the first, once in the second, and get the leadoff hitter on here in the third. Vikings, nobody warming up in their bullpen, so it's just more of a strategy motivational session, I'm sure, out at the mound. And it has concluded, so here's Ryland Pope coming in at third. Solaris is going to play even with the bag on the infield grass, anticipating perhaps a sacrifice. Didn't get it. It's down low for a ball. Matt Pearson was so excited about being on the air, he just announced the wrong guy batting. So I'm sure the person, actually, I just said that is down low. Oh my gosh. It's a Tuesday. Come on, it's almost spring. You know, spring's pretty soon, so you know, daylight savings has happened, or daylight saving has happened.
This is the most unserious press box in the country.
That is in there for a strike. It's 2-1.
And that's why I'm kind of here. That's right.
Remember the morning zoo? On 102.5 with Chris.
Jackson Nichols leads at first base. 2-1 pitch coming to Pope. That is high, ball 3. 3-1. It's a loose press box. It has also a press box that we made our own history last year when we all got thrown out of a game together. J-Dog was not here then, or it would have been even worse. But we refused to go. We went back to the 60s and protested. We did a sit-in and refused to leave. 3-1 pitch is hit sharply out to center field. Coming on quickly is Ragland. He will make the play as the wind holds the ball up. But Pope hits it sharply again, but he is out on a fly ball to center field for the first out. Lance Sabaki, who struck out, will be the hitter with 1 out, and Nichols still at first base. Yeah, we were ejected from the game, although a lot of it, I think, was some of the other people up in the press box. But, you know, we all got painted with the same brush, and so we all were ejected. And, I was ready to go, but Riley said, no, we're not. He said, hell no, we won't go, is what he said. And so that's when we decided we weren't going. Joe's bunt pulls it back. Riley, even now, says, oh, no, I wasn't even here in that game. Yeah, right, Riley. Okay, whatever. Whatever you need to tell yourself. Lance at 258 on the season. 1 home run, 10 runs batted in. Chopper foul over the dugout, so it's 1 ball and 1 strike. The last inning dropped a 9-8 decision to the Cougars. So not a real productive week. But they come back here and they want to start off with a win here, leading at 2-1. We're just in the bottom of inning number 3. Nichols at first base after receiving his second base on balls on the afternoon. Pizziato checks him out again, comes to the plate. Breaking ball, beautiful pitch, a swing and a miss. 1-2 on Sabatke. Same pitch that got Lance the first time on a strikeout. Pizziato with just a 4.04 ERA, which is pretty good at the community college level. 2-4 on the season. Another breaking ball, another strikeout. And James Foley kind of thought, well, maybe that's 3 outs. Well, it's not. It's only 2. But I applaud your initiative, Mr. Foley, to try to get you into the dugout earlier. Here's Jonas Diaz, who dribbled a base hit down the third baseline back in the second inning, later scored. So Jonas is 1 for 1 with a run scored. Came in at 260, the sophomore out of Folsom High School. Does have a home run on the season. 2 outs now. Breaking balls lined into center field in front of Ragland for a base hit. So Diaz is 2 for 2. 5th hit for the Beavers. First and second, and here's Esparza. Ramon Pounded one through the right side of the infield for a base hit back in inning number 2 and move Diaz over to third with nobody out. Ramon came in at 146, but is 1 for 1 in this one. And again, Meadows, the second baseman, playing pretty close to second base, leaving a pretty big hole there at traditional second base. Esparza takes down low for a ball 1-0. Eli Campbell, the catcher on deck, the number 9 hitter for Coach Doug Jumelet, or Jumelet. We're just going to give it the French pronunciation. Chop foul back to the screen by Esparza. 1 ball and 1 strike. Although I don't think he's of French persuasion. Doesn't strike me. I'll have to ask him about his lineage. 1 ball and 1 strike on Esparza. In the dirt, another good block by Foley, who's done a tremendous job behind the plate so far, keeping the ball from going back to the backstop, and it's 2-1 on Esparza. Beavers trying to score in every inning here, as they've done so in the first and second. But now 2 outs and 2 on, a 2-1 count. Esparza takes outside, 3-1. Still no activity in the Vikings bullpen. Although, I don't know, pitch count getting a little bit up there. Three balls and 1 strike on Esparza. It's a shot right field for a base hit. That's going to be close at the plate. McClellan comes up throwing. The throw is cut off and just a little bit too late at the plate. Safe is Jackson Nichols. It's an RBI single for Esparza. Going all the way over to third is Diaz. Ramon is 2 for 2, picks up the RBI, his third. The Beavers have scored in every inning. McClellan's throw was a strong one. Ruska cut it off, got it to the plate. Nichols did not even slide. He thought, I'm in there, no problem. And it turned out he was right. And here's Eli Campbell, who had an RBI single his first time up. It's the 6th hit for the Beavers. And the walk comes back to hurt the Vikings as Nichols scores. Campbell put it back up the middle in the second inning for his base hit, and that one is on the outside corner for a strike to Eli. He now has 2 runs batted in on the season. 0-1 pitch coming. Campbell takes outside. Watch that one all the way into Foley's glove. Evens it up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Esparza at first, Diaz over at third. Breaking ball settles in for a strike. Good pitch. Machado has shown a very good off-speed pitch. Breaking ball so far through the first 2 innings plus. And it is 1-2. Check swing too high, and Esparza took off. Kind of like an afterthought as Ramon's got himself a stolen base, and Machado thought he had himself a strikeout right there. As another breaking ball barely missed it, and we've got the Nixon Ringo star. And it's weird because Riley hasn't heard of either of them. So that's, oh, he's heard of Richard Nixon. Okay, that's okay. That's the one I prefer. In the dirt, and there's Foley again. That one gets by a little bit, but no chance for Diaz to come in. Doesn't want to take that chance as the count goes full now on Eli Campbell with Dylan Westbrook top of the order on deck. So between Richard Nixon and Ringo Starr, you've heard of Richard Nixon. Okay, I'm just going to let that go. Again, I got to call your dad and have him come in and take over. Outside, ball 4. That's a really good at-bat by Campbell, his second of the day. He'll go down to first base. He'll load the bases, and here's Dylan Westbrook. Ground ball to first, a fly ball to left for Dylan. So far in this one, he leads the team with 28 runs batted in on the season with 3 home runs. Same as Jackson Nichols. Beavers lead it 3-1. 2 outs here in the third. Westbrook takes inside for a ball. 1-0. Dylan got the count to his favor his last time up 2-0. Got a pitch he thought he could drive flat out to left field. Got it way up in the air, and the wind knocks it down. 1-0 pitch misses outside, 2-0. Dies at third, Respars at second. Eli Campbell down at first base. Beavers have scored once, and J-Dog says knock it out of the park, which is tremendous advice. She should be a coach. Westbrook takes fastball outside, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes on Westbrook. He's followed by Bryce Sabatke. You have to kind of figure Dylan's going to be taken here at 3-0 as Campbell just got the base on balls. And he takes a strike, which Isiato comes in beautifully with the fastball, 3-1. Now it's starting to loosen up. A right-hander down in the Vikings bullpen. 3-1 pitch. Hit it well to center field, going back is Ragland, still going back, reaches up and makes the catch. A fine play in center field by Zach Ragland to end the inning, but the Beavers do score once. We go to the 4th. They're on top, 3-1.
Hi, I'm Jessica.
And I'm Miller.
And we'd like to invite you to come see all that Miller's Ace Hardware has to offer and to give our happy and helpful staff a chance to earn your business.
Whatever project you're working on, from lawn and garden to home repairs, you'll find everything you need at the new Miller's Ace Hardware. Power tools from the best name brands, and one of the largest selections of barbecues and barbecue accessories featuring brands like Traeger, Weber, and Big Green Egg. And if you're looking to freshen things up, visit the paint studio featuring Clark and Kensington, Benjamin Moore, and Magnolia Home by Joanna Gaines. Miller's Ace Hardware, where customer and community service meet. Located on the corner of Madison and Fair Oaks, behind the Ferrari building.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise so you can have peace of mind. Contact us to schedule your service today.
Hi, I'm Monica from Ace Body Shop in Telling. We are a family-oriented business. We've been in business for over 30 years. We are located downtown Lincoln at 333 Lincoln Boulevard in Lincoln, California. We do automotive repair and 24-hour towing. Our phone number is 916-645-2859, or you can find us on the web.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards.
Top of inning number 4, Beavers on top, 3-1. J-Dog and I discussing movies. What she thought. Well, we won't even get into what she thought. But anyway, we'll have to have J-Dog's corner pretty soon because she has her own ideas on things. And Riley says, yeah, I hooked the mic up, bring everybody in. I like that. Riley he's on one today. I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but this guy is on one today. Elias lines it into center field for a base hit. I guess he heard Matt talking about him with the 3 foul balls. And Angus has himself a single to open up the 4th inning. Second hit for the Vikings, and it'll bring up Joey Ruska, the first baseman. Ruska at 320, struck out back in inning number 1. He does have a home run. He has driven in 14 runs on the season, and he has Elias down at first base. He fouls it down the third base line. So Angus, 3 foul balls in 1 game for the again, at the A's game. And as Matt said, he was wearing the A's jersey, so it's for the A's. One of them a top 10 worthy catch, and he leads off at first base. Ruska shows bunt. He pulls it back, and it bounces off Campbell, and going down to second base on the wild pitch will be Elias. So they didn't need the bunt for Ruska. Got the runner down on the wild pitch, and he's at second with nobody out. And a 1-ball-and-1-strike count on the Vikings' first baseman, Zach Goldenberg, the DH on deck. We are in the top of inning number 4 here from Beaver Field. A little chilly Beaver Field. That one is a beautiful pitch in there for a strike. A little breeze. I know, maybe I'm complaining too much. You know, it's supposed to get to 80 by like the weekend or in the next. I think next Tuesday, we've got a home game, and I think it's supposed to be 80. Fastball misses. I think that's a softball game. But it's not 80 yet, and that's the problem. Oh, it's Nixon 2-2. In the dirt, nice block by Eli Campbell, but it runs the count full on Ruska at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Outfield straightaway and deep for Ruska. Palumbo's delivery outside, ball 4. So he got ahead and then lost him to the base on balls. 2 on, nobody out here in inning number 4. Now it'll bring up Zach Oldenburg, who grounded out to shortstop his first time up. Hit the ball very hard back in the second inning, right at Ramon Esparza, the shortstop spot. Zach out of Monte Vista High School down in Walnut Creek, California. Stands at 6'2". Shows bunt. Here's Palumbo's pitch. He gets it in there for a strike. I used to be 6'2", and then kind of like the spine began to go, and I think I'm about 5'9" now. But and that might be too much of a loss. Maybe 5'10". Shows bunt again. Here comes the first baseman, and he pulls it back, swings it. It's a high fly ball to right field. Jonas Diaz he's got a good arm. Let's see if they tag, and they're going to bluff, and Jonas's throw is all the way on the fly to third base. Elias thought about it for a second. It was a bluff all the way, and he stays at second base. Goldenberg is out. Marcus McLennan will be the hitter. He also grounded to shortstop his first time up. Comes in at 224 with 6 runs batted in. He's out of College Park High down in Pleasant Hill, California. Walnut Creek, Pleasant Hill, very bucolic sounding names of towns. That's fouled off. 0-1. James Foley, the catcher, on deck. 1 out here in the 4th. Elias at second, Ruska at first. Beavers lead it 3-1. First of 3-game series. Big 8 conference play. 1-5 for the Beavers, 3-6 for the Vikings. Popped up, that'll get out of play. 0-2. No canines in this today, Riley, yet. We haven't seen any. Maybe too chilly to bring the pooches out. Although still got to bring the pooch, let them run. There's a lot of room over there. Check swing, did he go? I say he did. The umpires unfortunately disagree, and they have the final say. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch misses outside. Was hoping that they would. McLennan went around. He did not. So he'll get another shot here on the 1-2 pitch from Palumbo. That is outside. Clearly 2-2. Now we have, every time it's 2-2, it's Nixon against Ringo Starr as Riley pulls out. I'm not going to call him your hero, but Riley here showing a little bit too much affection for Nixon there. Breaking ball's fouled off over to the first base dugout. He does have his presidential library, though, so maybe, you get a library. That's something, right? I don't think I'll ever get a library, so there you go. I don't know if libraries are what they used to be, but still, libraries are very important. Line drive right at shortstop. Esparza, a second double play. Beavers out of the inning. We go to the bottom of inning number 4. They're on top, 3-1.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed a job. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Placer County's best-kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadiums. Loaded with fun for the whole family. Local beer, wine, and eats. Fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small-town baseball with Major League Entertainment. Tickets on sale now at LincolnPotters.com.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We love to see you.
Bottom of inning number 4, Beavers on top 3-1. We'll start off with Bryce Sabatke and then proceed to Jaden Reynolds and Jackson Nichols against the right-hander. Anthony Pisciato, who was given up 6 hits and 4 runs. Make that 3 runs. Only 2 of them were earned, and he delivers a strike. He has struck out 3 on the day. All of them named Sabatke. Interesting. That one misses high. Bryce at 298 coming in, struck out in the second, and grounded out to shortstop in the first, so he is 0 for 2. Beavers with the double play to end the top of inning number 4. That is, came in to hit him on the hands. They're going to hit him on the wrist, I think. And he'll be going down to first base, and it looked like it hurt a little bit. So Bryce will go down to first base. The second batter hit by Pisciato, and then it'll bring up Jaden Reynolds. Reynolds with an infield single and then hit into a fielder's choice, so he is 1 for 2 in this one. Let's see if he's dropping one down here with the runner at first base. Solaris is even with the bag at third. Reynolds hitting the number 3 spot here. Ruska with the new way of holding on the runner at first base, which I have never seen before, but I'm sure it's accepted all around the world. Reynolds tries the bunt, it's foul. I'm not always up on the newest trends, is my point, Riley. That's what I'm saying. I want to bring J-Dog on between innings, but I don't know if I'm going to ask her about her lunch or about her upbringing, because she came from the hood. Or there's so much stuff to ask about. Or her schools, she's slightly more mature than the usual community college student. I'll say it that way. But she has a fascinating area of study. Reynolds hits a chopper up the middle. Second baseman flips it to short, and I think if Meadows would have taken it himself, he might have had a chance to get Reynolds at first. He flips it over to Scott. It's a fielder's choice. Sabatke is retired. Reynolds will take his place at first base, and with 1 out, Jackson Nichols, who has a couple of base on balls, will come to the plate. Scored in the 3rd inning on the Esparza single. Jackson himself is 294 on the year, 3 home runs and 17 RBI. It's at high in the air, well to center field, but Ragland circles back, goes all the way back to the warning track, catches it, runs into the wall, tagging at first and going to second is Reynolds. Boy, that ball just went from Nichols. And then Ragland, another fine play. They're going to appeal first base, and he is safe. It said he left early. He did not. Ragland, another incredible catch out in center field. He had one on Westbrook to end the 3rd, and this one against Nichols was even tougher as that ball from Jackson just kept on going. Ryland Pope will be the hitter, and the manager's going to go out and appeal, I think, the leave an early part of it, which they've already appealed, so I didn't know you could double appeal. But you learn something new every day. And I think he's just going to ask for another opinion there. See, because the base umpire traditionally will be looking out at the outfielder to make sure the catch is made, and the plate umpire will check the runner for leaving early at the bag. So, and they talk about it, come to a conclusion, and here comes the minute. No. Well, we have a little bit of heated discussion here from these two fellas. Just neither one wants to let it go, and I respect that. I can say that because we're in the same age bracket, see? Me and the umpire and the coach. So Pope at the plate with the runner at second as Reynolds heads up to take second base, put himself in scoring position, and Pope swings and misses at a fastball. Ryland has reached on an error and fly to center. 0-1 on Ryland Pope, hitting .357 coming in to today's action. He watches that one sail outside, evens it up at 1-1. Lance Sabaki to follow. Reynolds at second base, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of inning number 4. Lawson, all that was the catch again that Ragland made in center field was beautiful running catch all the way back into the warning track, and that one is inside for a ball. Deacon Gonzalez was the Vikings pitcher who was up in the last inning warming up, a freshman out of Vacaville Christian High School. 2-1 on Pope. Fastball misses, 3-1. Beavers scored once in the first, second, and third. Vikings, their run was the top of the third inning. We are in bottom of inning number 4 from Beaver Field. Pope hits it out to, got it short, and it goes right through him. Reynolds around third, come to the plate. He will score. It's an error on the shortstop, and the Beavers have scored once here in the 4th. They've scored once in every inning, and they lead it 4-1. Second error of the game, both of them figuring in runs for the Vikings. Both on balls hit by Ryland Pope. And here comes Lance Sabaki with a couple of strikeouts so far. And he's going to go talk to Coach Jim Millay, who's going to tell him, I don't want to strike out again, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes Coach Jay say, kind of straight ahead like that. So the Beavers lead it 4-1. Second unearned run for ARC in this one. Pope is at first with 2 outs. Lance hitting .258 on the year, 1 home run and 10 runs batted in. Shows bunt, pulls it back, ball 1. Freshman first baseman. Batting in the number 6 spot here today for Coach Jay. 1-0 coming up. Swing and a miss. 1-1. One ball and 1 strike on the first baseman out of River City High School. Breaking ball lays off that one. Snyder is 2-1 now. Jonas Diaz, who's 2 for 2, is on deck. Beavers up 4-1. We are still just in the bottom of inning number 4 here from Beaver Field. Ground ball down to third. Solaris has he's going to go the short way to second for the force out. Beavers score once. We go to the 5th. They're on top, 4-1.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We love to see you.
Pass flung on and missed. He got him on strikes at 86, the off-speeder. Bruno strikes out the side. Potters get the win 8-5. He's going to look that way. Now he's going to duck down the middle. He's got a guy wide open at the 18 kid. That's Robert Freeman. And Robert's trying to make a couple of moves. He comes back to the 15, comes down to the 10. He gets a block to the 5. Top of inning number 5, Beavers 4, Vikings 1. James Foley, Lorenzo Solaris, and Elijah Scott will be the first 3 hitters for the Vikings against Ethan Palumbo. Foley will lead it off. The sophomore catcher takes inside for a ball. James grounded out to second his first time up back in inning number 2. Hitting .226 with 3 runs batted in. High fly ball right field. Diaz is coming in. He's calling for it. And he makes the catch for the first out. So 1 down here in the 5th, and Lorenzo Solaris, who popped out to first his first time up back to start off the top of the 3rd inning, will be the hitter.
10, third baseman Lorenzo Solaris.
The freshman out of De La Salle, hitting .262. Takes that one inside, almost hit him, 1-0. 1 home run and 8 runs batted in for Lorenzo. Right back up the middle, center field, clean base hit. 3rd hit for the Vikings against Ethan Palumbo. It'll bring up Elijah Scott, who got a base on balls his first time up, the shortstop. He's out of Concord, California, batting .284. Scored the Vikings run in the 3rd on the base hit by Ragland. Takes the first pitch down low. Campbell guns it down to first base, not in time to get Solaris, as Lorenzo is back comfortably. 1 ball and no strikes on Elijah Scott, the 5'5" shortstop. That is too high, and another throw down to first base. 2-0. One out here in the 5th. 4-1 Beavers. They'll throw over this time from Palumbo. Still haven't given Lance Amaki a chance to actually make a tag. Haven't gotten that close yet. That is ball 3, too high to Scott. A couple of the fans wondering about the parameters of the upper strike zone, but it's 3-0 on Scott. That is in there for a strike, so they found the parameters of their upper strike zone. It's right there, 3-1. Yeah. Strong breeze blowing from left to right here. That is in the dirt, ball 4. So Scott picks up his second base on balls. That'll bring up Nicholas Meadows, the second baseman.
Number 9, second baseman Nicholas Meadows.
12 walks coming in for Scott, and he's got 2 today, so 14 on the season. Meadows grounded back to the pitcher. He shows bunt. Palumbo with a breaking ball in there for a strike. 0-1. Meadows at .219 with 3 runs batted in. Up here with 1 out and 2 on. They're breaking balls. They're going to throw back to second base. That's a dangerous throw. It's a nice play by Esparza to come in, and all he could do is to catch the ball and not nonetheless put a tag on Solaris. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Meadows shows bunt again. Pulls it back. Does he go? It's a strike. 1-2. Zach Ragland, leadoff hitter on deck. He's got an RBI single in this game back in inning number 3. His 14th RBI of the season. 1-2 to Meadows. Outside, 2-2. Very difficult to tell if there's any activity in the Beavers bullpen. There's people milling around, but there's 3 or 4 fences between us. Hits that one down toward that bullpen. It is a foul ball. Very inside pitch. I thought it might hit him, and he turns on it. Hits it pretty well down the left field line, but foul. And it'll be still 2-2 on Nicholas Meadows. One out here in the fifth. Solaris at second. Scott over at first. Beavers on top 4-1. Ethan Palumbo's given up 3 hits and 3 walks so far. A little pop-up blooper into short right field. Run down and handled by Jaden Reynolds. Beautiful play by Jaden Reynolds. He was tentative and I was tentative and didn't know if he was going to get to him or Diaz, who covers a lot of ground in right field, but it's Reynolds who goes out and makes the catch. No infield fly was called, and rightfully so. 2 outs, and here's Ragland. Popped out to first base in the first, then had that RBI single in the third. It was thrown out trying to steal. But he's up here with 2 outs and 2 on. High and inside. 1-0 on Ragland. Sophomore from Oh, okay. The umpire was talking to the other umpire. I thought he was saying about some violation, but it was just a baseball problem. That's fouled out of play, so it's 1-1 on Ragland. 3:22 coming in for Zach. He's made a couple of excellent catches out in center field to keep the Beavers from having, I would say, about 6 or 7 runs instead of the 4 they have right now. Reynolds over close to second to get back into his position. 1-1 pitch is chopped down to third. Right to Sabaki. He'll step on the bag for the fielder's choice and out of the inning. We go to the bottom of inning number 5. Beavers on top, 4-1.
Hi, I'm Jessica.
And I'm Miller.
And we'd like to invite you to come see all that Miller's Ace Hardware has to offer and to give our happy and helpful staff a chance to earn your business.
Whatever project you're working on, from lawn and garden to home repairs, you'll find everything you need at the new Miller's Ace Hardware. Power tools from the best name brands, and one of the largest selections of barbecues and barbecue accessories featuring brands like Traeger, Weber, and Big Green Egg. And if you're looking to freshen things up, visit the paint studio featuring Clark and Kensington, Benjamin Moore, and Magnolia Home by Joanna Gaines. Miller's Ace Hardware, where customer and community service meet. Located on the corner of Madison and Fair Oaks, behind the Ferrari building.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us to schedule your service today.
Hi, I'm Monica from Ace Body Shop in Telling. We are a family-oriented business. We've been in business for over 30 years. We are located downtown Lincoln at 333 Lincoln Boulevard in Lincoln, California. We do automotive repair and 24-hour towing. Our phone number is 916-645-2859, or you can find us on the web.
When it comes
Bottom of inning number 5, Beavers on top 4-1. We've got a substitution. Luis Sanchez is in at catcher out of Alameda High School. He'll take over for Foley. Everybody else looks to be the same here as we go into the bottom of inning number 5. Jonas Diaz, Ramon Esparza, Eli Campbell will be the first 3 hitters for the Beavers. Just got word that the softball game, which was supposed to be at Sierra today between ARC and Sierra, was moved to ARC this morning because of field conditions at Sierra. ARC was the visiting team, and they came out on top in that one. So a big win for the Beavers. They go to 6-4 in conference play. Inside, he went around. It's a strike 1. 0-1. So a big win for the Beavers there. Diaz fouls it back to the screen. Jonas with an infield single and scored a run in the second. Then another hit, this time to center field in the third, so he is 2 for 2, but is behind in the count 0-2 here. Watches that one go outside. Sanchez, the new catcher, handles it and gets it back to Anthony Pinciato, excuse me. Diaz chops it foul. No activity in either bullpen as far as I can tell right now, as we are in the bottom of inning number 5 here from Beaver Field. Mark the Phantom Low along with Riley the engineer, J-Dog on the scoreboard, Matt Pearson the PA, and the author of Pearson's Corner, as well. Got Mario down there. Got the other guy whose name I don't know. And then Joel Shapiro hanging on from Diablo Valley. He's their stat guy. He comes down every year, helping us out on the baseball field. And he also brought us the story of Angus Elias, who got the 3 foul balls in the A's game. So a lot of stuff going on up here. That's fouled out of play. I think what we'll do is maybe next inning, I don't know, we'll have to get J-Dog over here and ask her what she thinks about this press box situation. And she's only experienced the scoreboard in basketball before getting involved in this year, and I want to find out what she thinks about it. Diaz outside for a ball. 2-2 and no 3-2. So we missed the Nixon and the Ringo Starr. Oh, you did that? Okay. Riley honors Nixon like no one else I've ever met. That's a chopper to the right side. Ruska has it. He's going to flip it to the pitcher covering. And Diaz is out for the first time today, 3-1. 1 out in the 5th, and that'll bring up Mona Esparza, who has a couple of singles in this game, both of them into right field. He's got an RBI, his 3rd of the season. That was back in inning number 3. Came in at 146, the shortstop. Up here with nobody on for the first time as Diaz is retired for the first time. And that fastball is in there for a strike. 0-1 on Ramon Esparza. Swings and misses, 0-2. Deegan Gonzalez, as we said, was loosening up earlier in the game. Haven't seen him back out there since. Was back in the 4th. Esparza hits it sharply to Scott at shortstop. He's up with it, and it'll get him at first by a step. So Esparza's out for the first time. 2 outs here quickly in the bottom of inning number 5, and Eli Campbell, who's got an RBI single and a walk so far today. Catcher out of Rancho Cordova will be the 3rd hitter in the inning. Looking to get on for his 3rd time so far. Diaz and Esparza haven't fared so well. Campbell lines it to shortstop over his head into center field, a base hit. So Campbell gets the trifecta. He's on for the 3rd time, his 2nd hit. It's hit number 7 for the Beavers, and it'll bring up Dylan Westbrook, who is grounded out to first, flied out to left, and then flied out to center on an excellent play by Zach Ragland with the bases loaded back in the 3rd inning. Ragland went all the way back, almost to the warning track to make the catch on a very difficult line drive that was hit basically right over his head, which are the toughest ones to pursue. And Westbrook up here for his 4th time. Grounder foul toward the dugout of the Vikings. 0-1. Dylan 373 coming in with 3 home runs and 28 runs batted in. It is 0-1 on Dylan out of Oak Ridge High School. He takes that one in there for a strike, 0-2. Campbell down at first base, 2 outs here in the 5th. Takes it outside, a little bit outside, 1-2. Campbell leads over at first base. A 1-2 on the way to Westbrook. High fly ball, right field. McClellan coming in. He'll make the catch for the 3rd out. So Beavers with a hit, but nothing else in the 5th. We go to the 6th. ARC on top, 4-1. got dragged there, and I didn't. He's an actor. Oh crap! Who cares?
You got the rest of your life to be, serious. But
Just tweet it out and then don't
And
really
then run
respond.
away.
Yeah.
No, I think it happens to some of us. Maybe it sounds a little personal to you, but
I didn't want me.
yeah,
to
I don't
sound
know.
that
It just
way.
maybe sounds like that. 'Cause
Generally,
I know
fine.
Again, you're a very bright guy.
Yeah.
You see right into
Right
my
through
soul,
you.
my friend. That's why I have so many jobs, because people think I'm funny when they're driving home.
Hi, I'm Monica from Ace Body Shop in Telling. We are a family-oriented business. We've been in business for over 30 years. We are located downtown Lincoln at 333 Lincoln Boulevard in Lincoln, California. We do automotive repair and 24-hour towing. Our phone number is 916-645-2859, or you can find us on the web.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise.
Top of inning number 6, it'll be Angus Oleas, Joey Ruska, and Zach Goldenberg for the Vikings against Ethan Palumbo, who's gone through 5 innings, allowed 3 hits and 1 run. Oleas with a single his last time up, popped out in the first inning, so he is 1 for 2, came in at 200, and he just got hit with a pitch. He did not catch that ball. He's caught 3 foul balls in 1 inning, but I don't think he is allowed to do that as far as catching that one. I don't think I'd do it. No, I don't think so. But bottom line is Angus is at first base for the second time today, and here's Joey Ruska, who has struck out and walked. The first baseman hits .320 coming in. Check swing, didn't go. 1 ball and no strikes. Ruska has home run power, a home run with 14 runs batted in. Fouls that one off back to the screen. Out of Los Lomas High School, the sophomore from Walnut Creek, California. Zach Goldenberg on deck, the DH. Good lead at first base by Oleas. Off-speed pitch catches the inside corner. Nicely done by Palumbo. And the right-hander is ahead in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lance Sabaki holding a runner on at first base. Hit into the hole. That's going to get into left field for a base hit. So 2 on and nobody out here. 4th hit for the Vikings, and that'll bring up Goldenberg, who is grounded sharply to short and flied out to right. Zach at 256 coming in. He has a home run and a dozen runs batted in. DHing today for the Vikings. Another sophomore is out of Monte Vista High School. Shows bunt, pulls it back. The throw back to second base again, and that hits the runner, thankfully, because it would have gone into center field if it didn't. 1 ball and no strikes. So Goldenberg showed bunt, pulled it back, and the Beavers, Campbell trying to throw down to second base. Unsuccessful. Goldenberg shows bunt again and pulls it back, and that's a strike. And he did not agree with it. I was watching, and umpire yelled, "Stop it," at the dugout. There's been a little bit of a dialogue between the dugout and the umpire earlier in the game, and that time he just said, "Stop it." Well, that one hit him, right in the helmet. And he gets right up, and I check him out first. Let's make sure he's okay. Goldenberg turned around to bunt it and hit him right in the helmet, and he bounced up quicker than I've ever done anything in my life. And I just want to make sure, check him out and make sure he's okay. Second hit batter of the inning, and now we've got a bases loaded situation with nobody out, and Marcus McLennan, the hitter. Last time up, Marcus hit a line drive to shortstop. It turned into a double play. It was hit very hard. That could have been a lot worse than it was. I still would feel better if somebody took a look at him, though. Might have just hit the brim of the helmet, though. Bases loaded, nobody out. Breaking balls outside. So Vikings with their best inning, and we're going to get a meeting at the mound here for the Beavers. What I was going to say is I was watching some spring training, and they have that ABS system or whatever it is where they can challenge pitches. They got the system where you can challenge a pitch, and then they show the strike zone. They show where the ball. It's like tennis when they show in or out on the lines in tennis, and they're doing it at spring training, not doing it in the regular season, doing it at spring training. It was pretty interesting. They did it like 5 times. 3 times the ump was right, 2 times the ump was wrong. But more importantly, all 5 times I was right. Because when they said it, I said, no, that was a strike or a ball. I was right every time. So there you go. So maybe they should just have me do it. Probably not. Probably not a good idea. But it was a very good experiment. Sometimes the umpire, I think, would like it because it shows that they were right, and sometimes it showed they were a little off, which is kind of the way it is. That one is ball 2. So 2-0, nobody out here in the inning. Sanchez, who took over for Foley in the on-deck circle. 2-0 pitch is in there, call strike. Big pitch by Palumbo right there, 2-1, and there is activity for the Beavers in their bullpen. Two one on the way from Palumbo. That is just a little bit too high, 3-1. 4-1 Beavers. We're in the 6th. Nobody out, bases loaded, and a 3-1 count on Marcus McClendon, the right fielder. Sharply hit to the hole, caught by Esparza, goes to second for 1. They're going to go to first, not in time. Run will score. Nice play by Esparza at shortstop. Alea scores. Ruska goes to third, a fielder's choice for McClendon. He's at first. He gets an RBI, and Goldenberg is retired at second base. Thought Esparza might go to third with that force, but goes to second. Almost turned the double play, so probably the best move. So that is Sanchez will be the hitter. Luis with his first at-bat of the day. He came on for Foley in the bottom of the 5th inning behind the plate. Takes a high fastball. Just 0 for 2 for Sanchez with an RBI on the season, so just his 3rd at-bat of the year. Throw over to first base. Not in time as McClendon is over there. McClendon picked up his 7th run batted in on that fielder's choice. It is a 4-2 count here with 1 out. The Beavers obviously hoping for the double play ball here to get out of the 6th inning with Sanchez at the plate. Hits a line shot into right field. Diaz is going over, makes a diving try, makes the catch. What a play. Runner tags at third. He will score, but Diaz with a fantastic catch in right field to keep the Vikings, to keep Sanchez off the bases, having to stay at first is McClendon, but Ruska tags at third. He scores. So it's a sacrifice fly and RBI for Sanchez, but it could have been a lot worse. As with 2 outs, it's now 4-3, and Solaris will be the hitter. McClendon still at first base. Jonas Diaz with a fantastic catch. We've seen some web gems in the infield and outfield so far today. Palumbo's first pitch is high and inside. Solaris has singled and popped out to first base. So Lorenzo is 1 for 2 so far. Breaking ball, drops in there for a strike, 1-1. McClendon leads at first. 1-1 pitch is fouled off. Another off-speed pitch is fouled back to the screen. So 2 hit batters, a single, a fielder's choice, and a sacrifice fly, and a great play by Diaz in right field. And the Vikings have put 2 up on the board. They've cut the lead to 1 at 4-3. There goes the runner, and it's fouled back to the screen as McClendon took off. And Solaris hits it straight back. Elijah Scott, the shortstop, on deck. As the Vikings have scored twice here in the 6th. in the dirt. Blocked by Campbell. Evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Peace and love. Or Nixon, whatever way you going to go. You kids today. Sails the fastball in there high, full count on Solaris. Lorenzo 262 coming in with 8 runs batted in and a home run. Check swing, that's down low. And Solaris works the walk. Moves McLennan down to second base and brings up Scott, who has walked twice so far in this one. So 3 walks and a pair of hit batters for Palumbo. He's only given up 4 hits. Scott, 284 on the year. Sails it in there inside for a ball, 1-0. Got it 5'5", a tough strike zone, and has 14 base on balls on the season. 2 of them today. He scored a run back in the 3rd. Hits that one out to left field. Ryland Pope going back, moves over, reaches up and makes the catch. So the Vikings score twice in the 6th. We'll go to the bottom of inning number 6, and the Beavers are on top 4-3.
Hi, I'm Monica from Ace Body Shop and Towing. We are a family-oriented business. We've been in business for over 30 years. We are located downtown Lincoln at 333 Lincoln Boulevard in Lincoln, California. We do automotive repair and 24-hour towing. Our phone number is 916-645-2859, or you can find us on the web.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed a job. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
Anthony Pisciotto, the pitcher, the freshman out of Clayton Valley Charter, comes out for his 6th inning of work. He's given up 7 hits and 4 runs. 2 of those runs were earned. Had his first scoreless inning back in the 5th. Beavers had 1 hit but did not score. And here's Bryce Sabaki, Jaden Reynolds, and Jackson Nichols against Pisciotto in the bottom of inning number 6. We have a 1-run game, 4-3 for the Beavers. Breaking ball misses inside. Bryce has grounded to short, struck out, and been hit by a pitch. Pisciotto 2-4 on the season. That fastball is down low, 2-0. 42 in the 3rd innings, a 4.04 ERA. Earned run average. 2-0 coming up. Chopper foul over by the Beavers dugout. 2-1. Wanted to get J-Dog on between innings, but she was trying out her organic pizza. She took out of her bento box, or whatever you call that toolbox that she brings her lunch in. Another chopper down the 3rd baseline foul. So obviously if she's having her organic pizza with vegetables grown in Italy or something, I don't know, by organic method, she planted them herself or something, I don't know. So we have to wait to have the pleasure of her company. As Zabaki now with 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hit on the air to right field. Hit pretty well. McLennan goes back. He's got room, and he'll make the catch for the first out. So Zabaki is down on a fly ball to right field. 1 out here in the bottom of inning number 6. And Jaden Reynolds, who singled, had a fielder's choice in the 2nd, had a fielder's choice in the 4th. He has scored 2 runs. 280 for Jaden on the season. had an infield single, a big chopper back in the first inning that the pitcher, Viciato, lost in the sun. And so Jaden legged out the infield single. He later scored. Pops that one up. Sanchez going to give chase. It looks like he might have room, and he can't make the play as it comes back in and did hit on the ground there in foul territory. And Reynolds is still alive. 0-1 on Jaden, sophomore out of Bella Vista. He knew he wasn't a fair ball because he kind of took off running, but he still has his bat in his hand. So he knew. He said, I'm going to look like I'm running here, which I always wonder at guys on TV when they hit the ball and they know it's foul and they still run. I know you got to hustle and stuff, but be serious. 1-1. Jaden still had the bat with him. It's a chopper into the hole into right field for a base hit. Reynolds' second hit of the day, perfectly placed between first and second. 8th hit for the Beavers. And Jackson Nichols, who has a couple of walks and a fly ball to center field, a deep fly ball to center field that Zach Ragland made a tremendous play on back in inning number 4. So Jackson is 0 for 1, comes in at 294 with 3 home runs and 17 RBI. Outside, that's a nice play by Sanchez. Struggles to get his balance a little bit, but he made a heck of a play to keep it from going to the backstop. It's 1-0 on Jackson Nichols with Ryland Pope to follow him. Reynolds with a pretty good lead at first base. Nichols takes it right down the middle, so it's even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Beavers with single runs in the first 4 innings. Vikings with a single run in the 3rd and 2 in the 6th. And we are at 4-3 in the bottom of inning number 6. Big 8 conference action here from Beaver Field. Runner goes off speed pitch, and Sanchez can't get it out of his glove. Wouldn't have mattered because Reynolds picked the perfect pitch to go on, an off speed pitch that was down in the dirt. And Jaden is at second base with 1 out. And a 2-ball, 1 strike count on Jackson Nichols out of Valley Christian High School, the freshman. Beavers with 8 hits in the game. It seemed like the best balls they've hit, though, have been ones that have been caught by Ragland in center field. Now hits it down to third. Tough one, a big hop for Solaris. He'll go across the diamond and get him at first base. Good play by Ruska at first base to get the throw and get out of the way of the oncoming Jackson Nichols. Reynolds has to stay at second base as the ball was in front of him. 2 outs, and here's Ryland Pope. Pope has reached on an error twice and flied to center, so he is 0 for 3 in this one so far. Hitting .357 on the season, or coming into the game. Pope lines it into right center field. That's down for a base hit. Reynolds will come around third. He'll score easily. Ryland's going for second base. The throw is not in time. It's an RBI double for Ryland Pope. And the Beavers are back on top by 2 at 5-3. 9th RBI of the season for Ryland Pope. 9th hit for the Beavers. And a big run right there as Lance Sabatke comes up to the plate. McLennan had it out in right field. They were trying to get Pope at second base. Ryland got in there with the head first slide just a moment before the ball arrived. And here's Lance Sabatke. He struck out twice and into a fielder's choice. Big hit right there by Ryland Pope. Sabatke takes it and it goes all the way back to the screen, and going to third will be Pope. One ball and no strikes on Lance. 258 on the year with a home run and 10 runs driven in. Sabatke takes outside. Off-speed pitch is giving him trouble today. Let that one go. It's like Cale Green is warming up. Fastball on the outside corner. freshman pitcher Cale Green. Out of Freedom High School in Oakley. Sharply hit ground ball. That is into right field for a base hit. Another 2-out RBI hit for the Beavers, and they push the lead back up to 6-3 as Pope crosses the plate. Sabaki picks up his 11th RBI of the year. It's the 10th hit for the Beavers in this one, and they've really taken it between first and second a whole bunch of times this afternoon. Vikings get 2 in the top of the 6th. Beavers come back with 2 in the bottom. And with 2 outs, here's Jonas Diaz, who's 2 for 3 on the day. Single in the second and scored, single in the third, and then grounded out to first base in the 5th. Takes the fastball, and it's outside. 1-0. Sophomore out of Folsom High School, hitting .260 coming in. Very timely hitting by Pope and Savaki to deliver with 2 outs here and push the Beavers' lead back up to 3. Down low for a ball. Lant leads at first base. Rusko holding him on over there. Diaz swings and misses. Two and one. Outfield straight away, medium deep. Wind's knocking a lot of balls down today. That's inside. 3-1 on Jonas. He's got Ramon Esparza, who's got a couple of base hits behind him. 7, 8, and 9 in the order for Coach Jay, all with a pair of base hits today. Diaz, Esparza, and Campbell. That's a good-looking pitch in there for a strike. Full count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Reaches out and spoils that one. It's a 3-2 pitch, so Sabaki is going on the pitch. And Jonas reaches out and pokes that one away, goes back over the screen. And he'll get another try at 3 balls and 2 strikes. 6-3 Beavers, bottom of inning number 6 here from Beaver Field. First of 3 between these two teams. We're back here on Friday for Game 3, same time, 2 p.m. Here's another 3-2 pitch. Reaches out and spoils that one. Looks like it was going to be a little bit outside. But he is still up there at 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Sabaki's not liking all this fouling the ball off as he's taken off on 3-2 pitches. Getting a little winded out there. That's inside, ball 4. Good at bat by Jonas Diaz. And Sabaki will move down to second. 2 on, and here comes the Vikings manager. And we may see a pitching change here once he eventually gets out to the mound. Ramon Esparza is the scheduled hitter. And I think we're going to see a new pitcher come in as we have an exit out of the bullpen out there. Let's see. I think it's going to be Cale Green, or it could be Tegan Gonzalez, who was warming up earlier. But Viciato is still out there now talking to his manager. He's got, in the bottom of the 6th, he has got the pitch count up there. Beavers have scored once in first, second, third, and fourth, and have 2 runs, both on 2-out RBI hits by Ryland Pope and by Lance Sabaki. And we are going to get a new pitcher, I think, as the umpire motions for one. We'll take a break here. We are in the bottom of inning number 6 with the Beavers up by 3.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We love to see you.
Pass flung on and missed. He got him on strikes at 86, the off-speeder. Bruno strikes out the side. Potters get the win 8-5. He's going to look that way. Now he's going to duck down the middle. He's got a guy wide open at the 18 kidder. That's Robert Freeman. And Robert's trying to make a couple of moves. He comes back to the 15, comes down to the 10. He gets a block to the 5. Got dragged there, and I didn't. He's an actor. Oh crap! Who cares?
You got the rest of your life to be, serious. But
just tweet it out and then don't really
run
respond.
away.
No, I think it happens to some of us. Maybe it sounds a little personal to you, but
I didn't want me.
Yeah,
to
I don't
sound
know.
that
It just
way.
maybe sounds like that. 'Cause
Generally,
fine.
Again, you're a very bright guy.
Yeah.
You see right into
Right
my
through
soul,
you.
my friend. That's why I have so many jobs, because people think I'm funny when they're driving home. Deacon Gonzalez is the new pitcher for the Vikings. The freshman is making his 6th appearance. No wins or losses. 10 2/3 innings, 8 runs allowed. And he will be facing Ramon Esparza here with runners at second and at first. It is Lance Sabaki at second and Jonas Diaz over at first. Esparza is 2 for 3 so far in this one. Hits that one high in the air to left field. Coming on is Elias. He breaks a diving try and makes a diving catch. It looks like great play by Angus Elias in left field, so he can catch foul balls. He can also catch fair balls to the detriment of the Beavers. They scored twice in the 6th. We go to the top of inning number 7. And Riley, let's go ahead and bring the J-Dog on, shall we? What do you think? You always like to do that. And J-Dog, come on over here. We've been talking about you the entire time. We mention you all the time. I know your fans go crazy listening to you on the air, and they listen to us talk about you on there. It's time to finally bring you in. Your name is Jessica. You go by J-Dog. Why?
That would be my nickname from you.
Okay, well, maybe I plead guilty to that. But you are a fascinating individual. First of all, I met you doing the scorebook for basketball, and then all of a sudden you show up in the press box for baseball. What did you expect coming over here? Because I don't think you had a lot of experience.
No, I had 0 experience. It has been a phenomenal experience with you guys up here. It is pure comedy and learning. I've learned so much about sports that I had no idea about.
You have learned a lot, and I sometimes you do a little bit of rooting, and like with the bases loaded a little while ago, Dylan Westbrook was up. He said, "Go ahead and hit it out of the park." So you have picked up a little bit of the nuances of the game.
Yes,
become
I
more
have.
of a baseball fan. But let's get more into first of all, J-Dog is a nickname, a tremendous nickname, I must say, that I gave you myself for reasons unknown. But what are you? You're actually not only a scoreboard operator and a scorebook operator, but you're also a student here, and you're studying something I still don't understand. What is it?
I am studying horticulture,
Okay.
which is the study of agriculture, soil, and sustainable gardening is where my heart lies.
And why does I never asked you that. Why does your heart lie there? All of a sudden, you just woke up and said, "You know something? I want to be a horticulturalist."
Because health is wealth, and I think that everybody has a right to have healthy, clean food and be accessible.
Okay. Well, I only have a couple of seconds here because the game's going to start, but I have to ask you, your toolbox lunchbox, where did you come up with that? what's going on? You have
Thank the Japanese for that.
Yeah, you have it's a bento box or
It's a
something
bento box.
and it's got like levels and stuff
It is
and
a
layers in there.
toolbox. Yes, it's a layered
And
toolbox.
So tell me, as we have let's see, hold on a second here because we've got Angus Elias, who made a tremendous catch, is going to lead us off. But don't leave me just yet because
Okay.
I want you to describe. First pitch is in there for a strike. I want you to describe to me a typical lunch that you bring to work or to school, and how you layered in the bento box or whatever the other name is that you call that thing.
Okay, typical is I always have some kind of raw vegetable, fruit, yogurt, granola. And so so my top layer is like they're my cacao, coconut, little chocolate
right, okay,
treats.
your treats, yeah.
Those are my treats.
Okay.
And then I have yogurt, granola, and some type of, usually either blueberry or strawberry. Get those fresh from the farmer's market on Saturday.
Okay.
And then the bottom is generally a salad with cucumbers, tomatoes, and any other vegetable that I can throw in there.
And you got it all layered out in different compartments of your bento box, right?
Yes.
Fantastic. J-Dog, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure getting to know you
Thank
this
you,
season.
Phantom.
And it's just great to talk to you and listen to your toolbox kind of situation there. Bento box, toolbox, whatever it is, just fascinating. Thank you very much
You're
to
welcome.
J-Dog.
Bye.
And we have call strike 3 on the hitter. And that'll bring up Zach Ragland. Oh, and they're going to come out, and Ethan Palumbo has thrown his last batter here. He gets the strikeout to start the top of the 7th inning, and we're going to get a pitching change for the Beavers. We'll be back with the identity of that new pitcher right after this. Beavers on top, 6-3. Thanks, J-Dog.
Hi, I'm Jessica.
And I'm Miller.
And we'd like to invite you to come see all that Miller's Ace Hardware has to offer and to give our happy and helpful staff a chance to earn your business.
Whatever project you're working on, from lawn and garden to home repairs, you'll find everything you need at the new Miller's Ace Hardware. Power tools from the best name brands, and one of the largest selections of barbecues and barbecue accessories featuring brands like Traeger, Weber, and Big Green Egg. And if you're looking to freshen things up, visit the paint studio featuring Clark and Kensington, Benjamin Moore, and Magnolia Home by Joanna Gaines. Miller's Ace Hardware, where customer and community service meet. Located on the corner of Madison and Fair Oaks, behind the Ferrari building.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us to schedule your service today.
Hi, I'm Monica from Ace Body Shop and Towing. We are a family-oriented business. We've been in business for over 30 years. We are located downtown Lincoln at 333 Lincoln Boulevard in Lincoln, California. We do automotive repair and 24-hour towing. Our phone number is 916-645-2859, or you can find us on the web.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
New pitcher for the Beavers here with one out in the top of inning number 7 is number 34, Aiden Liu, making his 8th appearance. He is 0-1, 9 innings pitched, 9 hits, and a 5.00 ERA. He relieves Ethan Palumbo, who goes 6 1/3 innings and gives up just 4 hits. Want to make a correction to the first hitter in the top of the 7th. That was actually Luke Hilsheim, who was batting for Nicholas Meadows, the second baseman, in the number 9 spot, who got the strikeout for the first out. So it'll be Zach Ragland and then Angus Elias here in the next couple of batters in the 7th inning. So Ragland will be the first hitter against Aiden Liu. Zach is popped out into a fielder's choice and hit an RBI single. That was back in inning number 3. Fastball is a little bit too high. So Hilsheim hit for Meadows. He will take over at second base in the bottom of the inning. Meadows 0 for 2 while he was in there. And Ragland comes to the plate. A 1-0 count. As in there for a strike, 1-1. Lou, 5 strikeouts. Make that 7 strikeouts and 7 walks in 9 innings. That one is in there for a strike as well. So Ragland behind the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Breaking ball just misses inside, just misses the batter. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Nixon for Riley. A Ringo for me. Piece of love. Hit sharply but foul down the third base line. Right past the third base coach. He didn't even flinch. Just let it go. Ragland 322 with a home run and 13 RBI coming into the game, and has picked up RBI number 14 back in inning number 3. Hits that one down the left field line. That is also foul on a breaking ball from Lou. Freshman left-hander Aiden Lou. Just 4 hits from Ethan Palumbo over 6 1/3 innings as he's looking for his second win of the season. That's in the dirt. He walked 4 and hit 2. Ended up with 2 strikeouts. Hit sharply into the hole. That'll be into left field for a base hit. So Ragland is 2 for 4. Picks up the 5th hit for the Vikings. And with 1 out here in the 7th, that'll bring up Angus Elias, who has a base hit. He's been hit by a pitch and had a tremendous diving catch in left field to end the 6th inning.
Number 3, left fielder Angus Elias.
Out of Encinal High School in Alameda, 5'7" freshman Angus Elias. Came in at 200. Singled in the 4th, was hit by a pitch in the 6th. Loose pitch, check swing, and he went for strike 1. Popped out to short in the 1st, singled in the 4th, and was hit by a pitch and scored in the 6th. Ragland thrown out, trying to steal back in the 3rd inning. He leads at first base. Breaking ball misses, 1-1. Eli Campbell behind the plate. Bryce Sabaki at 3rd, and Rona Esparza at short. It's Jaden Reynolds at 2nd, and Lance Sabaki at 1st. Diaz in right, Westbrook in center, Pope in left. Fastball on the corner for a strike. And Aiden Lou on the mound in relief of Ethan Palumbo. Breaking ball is hit sharply. Reynolds has, he's going to step on second, throw to first, scooped up by Sabaki, and he got the double play. Big play by Jaden Reynolds and Lance Sabatke. We are out of the top of the 7th inning. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Let's all stretch. Beavers lead it 6-3.
Oh, I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Placer County's best-kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadiums. Loaded with fun for the whole family. Local beer, wine, and eats. Fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small-town baseball with Major League Entertainment. Tickets on sale now at LincolnPotters.com.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We love to see you.
Pass flung on and missed. He got him on strikes at 86, the off-speeder. Bruno strikes out the side. Potters get the win 8-5. Bottom of inning number 7, Tegan Gonzalez back out on the mound for the Vikings. He came on in relief of Preciado in the 6th inning. Tegan out of Vacaville Christian High School. He'll face Eli Campbell, then the top of the order, Dylan Westbrook and Bryce Sabatke. Eli with a single, a walk, and another single in this one. And he watches that breaking ball go down low for a ball, 1-0. That is in there for a strike from Gonzalez. One ball, one strike. Campbell chops it out towards second base. Handled by Hilsheim, who came on for Meadows. And he'll throw it over to first base. Luke Hilsheim taken over at second base. One out. First time Campbell's been retired today, so he's 2 for 3. And here's Dylan Westbrook, who's 0 for 4 with 3 flyouts and a ground out. Was victimized by Ragland back in the 3rd inning on a good play. Takes that one inside from Gonzalez. A 1-0. Luis Sanchez behind the plate. Rusk at first. As we said, Hilsheim at second. Scott at short and Solaris over at third. That's ball 2. Elias, Ragland, and McLennan in the outfield. Westbrook 373 coming in. Takes outside. 3-0 on Dylan Westbrook. Beavers wouldn't mind adding on a couple more runs here in the 7th inning. That one is right down the middle. 3-1. That is ball 4. So Westbrook reaches for the first time today via the base on balls. First walk issued by Gonzalez, and that'll bring up Bryce Sabatke. Grounded out, struck out, hit by a pitch, and fly to right. Has Bryce today. 2-1 pitches inside. Moves Rusko off the plate. 3-1. Three-one pitch. Breaking ball catches the inside corner. It's full at 3-2. Riley, the engineer, he likes to do different, He has this 2-2. He has this Nixon, and he has this 3-2 now. Swing and a miss. Got him on another breaking ball. Beautiful job by Lou to get the strikeout. And that will bring up Zach Goldenberg, the designated hitter, the cleanup hitter. Grounded to short, fly to right, and was hit by a pitch. Zach at 256, a home run and a dozen runs batted in. He was hitting the helmet with a pitch back in inning number 6. He takes the breaking ball and it's in there for a strike. 0-1. Catches it again. 0-2. Very appreciative crowd out here applauding for those 2 pitches from Aiden Liu. A lot of Beaver fans checking it out. Breaking ball, call strike 3. Second strikeout in a row for Aiden Liu. And with 2 outs here, it'll bring up Marcus McClennan, the right fielder. Sophomore Marcus McClennan has grounded to shortstop, lined into a double play, and had an RBI fielder's choice. That was back in the 6th inning. He shows bunt, doesn't offer. It's 1 ball in, no strikes. Luis Sanchez, who came on behind the plate back in the 5th, is on deck. He might have had the key at bat of the game for the Vikings. He had a line drive into right field that Jonas Diaz made just a brilliant diving catch on to keep it from going all the way to the fence, turned into a sacrifice fly rather than a triple. A sharp grounder out to shortstop. Esparza stays down on it across the diamond with a strong throw and a good inning for Aiden Liu. We'll go to the bottom of inning number 8. Beavers on top, 6-3.
Hi, I'm Jessica.
And I'm Miller.
And we'd like to invite you to come see all that Miller's Ace Hardware has to offer and to give our happy and helpful staff a chance to earn your business.
Whatever project you're working on, from lawn and garden to home repairs, you'll find everything you need at the new Miller's Ace Hardware. Power tools from the best name brands, and one of the largest selections of barbecues and barbecue accessories featuring brands like Traeger, Weber, and Big Green Egg. And if you're looking to freshen things up, visit the paint studio featuring Clark and Kensington, Benjamin Moore, and Magnolia Home by Joanna Gaines. Miller's Ace Hardware, where customer and community service meet. Located on the corner of Madison and Fair Oaks, behind the Ferrari building.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise so you can have peace of mind. Contact us to schedule your service today.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed a job. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Placer County's best-kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadiums. Loaded with fun for the whole family. Local beer, wine, and eats. Fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small-town baseball with Major League Entertainment.
Bottom of inning number 8 here from Beaver Field. It'll be Jaden Reynolds, then Jackson Nichols and Ryland Pope against Tegan Gonzalez, who came on in the 6th inning in relief of Anthony Picciotto, who went 5 2/3, allowing 10 hits, walked 6, and struck out 3. Breaking ball, beautiful pitch in there for a strike. Jade Reynolds has a couple of words for the umpire. Respectful, I'm sure. Reynolds takes outside. Infield single in the first. He scored a run. Fielder's choice in the second. Fielder's choice in the fourth. He scored another run. And a single in the sixth. Scored another run. So 3 runs for Jaden today. Hits a ground ball right at second base. Hillsheim, it bounces up on him, stays with it, and throws to first to get him. Nice play by Hillsheim at second. That was a very vicious hop it took right before it got to him. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and Jackson Nichols will be the hitter. Couple of walks for Jackson, a fly to center that Ragland made a great play on, and a ground ball out to third base. That was back in inning number 6, so Jackson 0 for 2 with a run scored. Gonzalez's pitch catches the outside corner with a slider, 0-1. Vikings will have Sanchez, Solares, and Scott 6, 7, and 8 up in the top of the 9th inning. And that one is also in there for a strike from Gonzalez. 0-2 quickly on Jackson Nichols out of Valley Christian High School. Comes in today at 294 with 3 home runs. That one goes outside, 1-2. That is inside, 2-2. Beavers softball picked up a win this morning over Sierra College, and a game moved from Sierra College to Becky Restfield. Beavers on the road, I believe, Santa Rosa later this week. And then we've got the Beavers next Tuesday on a home game. That'll be a 3 p.m. first pitch from Becky Restfield on these same networks. Hit to right center field and hit very well. It's down. Chasing it is McLennan. Nichols is going to go for 2. A strong throw, but he slides in safely. A double for Jackson Nichols with 1 out here in inning number 8. 11 hits for the Beavers, and Ryland Pope will be the hitter. Reached on an error twice, flied to center, and delivered an RBI double back in the 6th inning, which was huge with 2 outs as the Vikings had scored twice in the top of the inning, and the Beavers were threatening, but we're going to go scoreless in the bottom, and Pope comes through with the RBI double, then Sabaki, Lance comes through with an RBI single, and all of a sudden it's back to 6-3. Ryland takes down low for a ball as Nichols leads at second base with 1 out here in inning number 8. Pope swings and misses. It gets through the catcher, and going to third will be Nichols. So Jackson 90 feet away from another insurance run for the Beavers. One and one on Ryland Pope. A chopper down the third baseline. That's a fair ball. Solares picks it up, guns it across the diamond. Nice play by Solares at third to get Pope at first base and keep Nichols at third. Big play right there by the Vikings. 2 outs, and Lance Sabaki will be the hitter. Couple strikeouts, a fielder's choice, and a big RBI single back in that 6th inning for Lance. His 11th run batted in on the season, and he has Nichols down there 90 feet away, but now 2 outs in the 8th. Gonzalez's first pitch is outside, and Sanchez flags it down. 1 ball and no strikes on Lance. 258 on the year. Hit sharply to right of shortstop, off the glove of Scott into left field. It's a Sabaki RBI single again. A big run as Lance comes through with his second straight 2-out RBI single. Scoring is Nichols. And the Beavers push the lead up to 7-3. Sabaki now with a dozen runs batted in, including 2 today. Jonas Diaz is scheduled next. He's going to talk to the coach before he comes up to the plate. Just a hard smash to the right of Scott. Elijah had to make a dive for it. Went off his glove. Sabaki, who started the day out with 2 strikeouts, ending the day, hopefully for Beavers fans, with 2 RBI singles. And here's Jonas Diaz Was a couple hits and a spectacular diving catch in this one. .260 coming in, and Jonas is 2 for 3 with a base on balls, and that is inside for the first ball. 1 ball and no strikes on Jonas. Ramon Esparza follows him if he can keep it going here in the 8th. Pops it up, pushing it out of play, and it'll get out of play. So it's all even at 1 ball and 1 strike on Jonas Saez. Singled and scored in the 2nd, singled in the 3rd, grounded out in the 5th, and walked in the 6th. He's got Lance Sabaki down at first base. The Beavers have scored once. Sliders outside. 2-1. Swing and a miss. I'm sorry, I was distracted by Mario. Just moving his chair around like he's just a little kid, like on a wax floor or something there. Just, we're broadcasting over here, son. Man, these kids today. And I like him. 2 pitches outside, goes all the way to the screen. The wild pitch will allow Lance Sabaki to go to second base. I'm going to have to give these kids a test before we allow them in the press box. And things to do, things not to do, stuff like that. Press box etiquette. Thank you, J-Doc. Thank you very much. Jobber back to the mound. Gonzalez has it. He'll go to first for the out, and that's the end of the inning. The Beavers do come up with 1 more, though. We go to the 9th. They're on top, 7-3. Got dragged there, and I didn't. He's an actor. Oh crap! Who cares?
You got the rest of your life to be, serious, but
just tweet it out and then don't really
run away.
No, I think it happens to some of us. Maybe it sounds a little personal to you, but
I'm not. I didn't want me.
Yeah,
to
I don't
sound
know.
that
It just
way.
maybe sounds like that.
Generally,
fine.
Again, you're a very bright guy.
Yeah.
You see right into
Right
my
through
soul,
you.
my friend. That's why I have so many jobs, because people think I'm funny when they're driving home.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We love to see you.
Pass flung on and missed. He got him on strikes at 86, the off-speeder. Bruno strikes out the side. Potters get the win 8-5. He's going to look that way. Now he's going to duck down the middle. He's got a guy wide open at the 18 kid. That's Robert Freeman. And Robert's trying to make a couple of moves. He comes back to the 15, comes down to the 10. He gets a block to the 5. Top of inning number 9. 7-3 Beavers. They're going to bring in Jackson Nichols to close this one down, making his 6th appearance of the season. 2 wins, no losses. He does have a save, 10 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, 2 of them earned. A 1.69 ERA. This is not a save situation as the Beavers are on top by 4, but still, it's a close situation in my vernacular, and he'll face Luis Sanchez, the first hitter, who takes a strike. Sanchez, a sacrifice fly back in the 6th inning in his first appearance on that diving catch by Jonas Diaz in right field. 0-1 on Luis. It's a line drive right at shortstop. Esparza has it before it hits the ground, and that means you're out. So Sanchez has come off the bench, hit the ball hard twice, and has nothing to show for it. He does have an RBI, and that'll bring up Lorenzo Solares. Solares has popped out, singled, and walked. The third baseman steps in. Comes in at 262 with a home run and 8 runs batted in. Takes the fastball, and it is a strike. Elijah Scott is next, the shortstop. High fly ball, left field hit well. Pope trying to round up on it. He will not get there. Runs it down, rounding first and heading into second. Solares will have himself a stand-up double, and the Vikings still alive here in the top of the 9th inning. Just their 6th hit of the day against the trio of Beavers pitchers. Aiden Liu went 1 2/3 innings. He gave up just 1 hit and struck out 3. So good job by the left-hander, and here's Elijah Scott. Actually, we're going to have a pinch hitter here, it looks like. It's Dana Napoli. So Napoli comes on to bat for Scott, who is 0 for 1 with a run scored. Fastball on the inside corner for a strike. Napoli out of Freedom High School in Oakley, a sophomore. He has 7 RBIs and a 286 average, so he's had a couple of at-bats, and he dribbles that one foul down the left field line. It's 12 hits out of 42 at-bats. A couple of doubles, a triple, and 7 runs batted in. So Napoli, a little bit of pop up there, but he's quickly 0-2. Solares at second base. Got a pair of hits in this one. That's fouled out of play down the right field line. And we'll do it again at 0-2. Jake Van Blericom, sophomore outfielder, is on deck to bat for Hillsheim. That one's fouled off as well. So Coach Luquette bringing out the pinch hitters here in the top of the inning number 9 after the Solares double. 1 out in the inning. Beavers trying to win their 2nd straight Big 8 conference game. Breaking ball just a little bit too high. 1-2, get off to a good start here in this 3-game series. Game 2 is Thursday down at Diablo Valley, and we're back here Friday at 2 p.m. on these same channels for game number 3. J-Dog nodding like she'll be here if she can get her lunch together for that day. It's hit into left center. That will drop for another base hit. Rounding third and scoring is Solares. And there goes Napoli. He's in at second base, his 3rd double of the season. He'll pick up the RBI, his 8th. And the Vikings are still alive here as they've scored a run on a pair of hits, and they have a runner at second base with Jake Van Blericom coming to the plate. We got time called as the ball is out in right field, going to be run down by Diaz. So 1 out, 1 in, 1 on. Popped up. Might stay in the field of play. Spocky going over. He can't make the play in front of the dugout. Van Blericom at 271 on the season. He's driven in 4 runs. And he's up here with 1 out and 1 on. Breaking ball is fouled off, so quickly 2 strikes on the pinch hitter. Zach Ragland, the top of the order, next for the Vikings. "13 hits in 48 at-bats for Van Blaricom. 0-2. Breaking ball just misses inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2. Fastball, call strike 3. So 2 outs here in the 9th, and the top hitter, Zach Ragland. He was 2 for 4 in this one, does have an RBI back in the 3rd inning. The center fielder comes in at 322 and picked up that RBI, his 14th on the season. He's got a runner at second base in the person of Dana Napoli. Breaking ball misses high and inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Angus Elias on deck. If Ragland can keep it going for the Vikings here in the 9th, they trail it 7-4. Fastball is a strike. The throw behind the runner at second base, and he is safe. Great play by Esparza to get the ball and put the tag on, and safe is the call at second base. Campbell's been throwing behind guys all day, and that one was the one time really had a great shot at it, and Esparza with the brilliant pickup and tag almost at the same time. But Napoli is ruled safe at second base. 1 ball and 1 strike as the pitch was a strike. That's fouled out of play, so it's 1-2 on Zach Ragland. Popped out in the first, singled a run in the 3rd, fielder's choice in the 5th, and another single back in the 7th. Nichols, the 3rd pitcher, delivers. Outside, 2-2. Palumbo went 6 in the 3rd, gave up 4 hits, walked 4, hit 2. Aiden Liu, an inning and 2/3, 1 hit and 3 strikeouts, and now Nichols here in the 9th. He has struck out 1 and allowed 2 hits and a run. Breaking ball is hit sharply but foul down the left field line. Again, that third base coach doesn't flinch. He just kind of like lets it go by him. Whizzing by his head. He didn't care. It's fine. No problem. Something of time. Beavers straight away and medium deep in the outfield for Ragland. High fly ball left center field. Westbrook on the move. Still going. Reaches up. Makes the catch, and that's your ball game. Well hit by Ragland. Great play by Westbrook in center field. Beavers get the win. Their 2nd straight Big 8 conference win. Our final, American River College 7 and Diablo Valley College 4. And our players of the game, we're going to split it up between Ethan Palumbo, the winning pitcher, and the bottom third of the Beavers order. Diaz, Esparza, and Campbell, all with a pair of hits. RBIs for Esparza, RBI for Campbell. So they all banded together to pull out a big win for the Beavers. Again, our final score, Beavers 7 and the Vikings 4. Beavers now 2-5 in conference play. Vikings fall to 3-7. Game 2 on Thursday at Diablo Valley. Game 3 right back here, 2 p.m. Be with us here on American River College Athletics and Stone Broadcast Network's YouTube channel. For Mark the Phantom Lowe, for Riley the Engineer Extraordinaire, for J-Dog, for Matt Pearson, for Joel Shapiro, for Mario, and for the other guy, we say thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.